Hello everyone, my name is Fatoumata Sidibe, and today I'm coming to you with another video in the Why Your Life Stays the Same No Matter What series. And the topic of this video is you expect people to say no to you. This is something that a lot of us do. We have expectations before we even make the request. You know, if you've wanted to ask someone or some people or someone to do something for you, and before you've even asked them, you think that they're going to say no, then this video is for you. And this is one of the things that we do that also keeps our life where it is. It makes it difficult for us to change, or at least change consistently, stay in the same state of change consistently, because we always, we sabotage ourselves, and this is one way we do in which we do it. The reason why we do this, aside from the fact that we are negatively programmed every day through TV and through our environment in most cases, the other thing why we do this is because we are addicted to certain thoughts and feelings and emotions that keep us feeling bad. They keep us feeling sad. They keep us feeling like a victim. They keep us feeling like we have to blame other people. They keep us feeling angry, upset, resentful, despondent, hopeless. And so expecting people to say no to you is one of the expectations, or one of the thinking patterns that we have that keep these emotions intact. See, everybody has a certain emotional set point, and this is all part of your self-image. The reality you live in, you have created a certain type of person who thinks a certain way, expects a certain way, and does things a certain way. And the way you think is a thinking pattern that fits your reality. So if you're always thinking things that make you angry inside, that make you feel bad inside, that make you feel hopeless, that make you feel helpless, that make you feel like a victim, like you can't really deal with the world, or you are always like in avoidance, or that make you feel like people are always doing bad things to you, or that make you feel like people don't have your best interest at heart. You have to create a thinking pattern that keeps that intact. And so, like I said, yes, expecting people to say no to you is one of the things that does that. It's unfortunate that we get addicted to thinking a certain way. The reason why we get addicted, because aside from the fact that we've done it for so long, is that we often are unaware of the way we think. And we think that because we've been thinking like that for a long time, that's who we are. It has become who we are, but it's not necessarily who we are. We can change that pattern. But first of all, we have to be aware of how we are thinking. And the most obvious and the most the most obvious question to ask would be, why would I expect people to say no to me? I've not even made a request yet. Why would I automatically expect someone to say no to me, to my request? Why don't I expect them to say yes? Why would I think that they're going to say no? That's the first question, you need to ask yourself. Why do I think like that? And like I said, you're addicted to feeling bad. You're addicted to feeling. I know it sounds it sounds really how would I say? It sounds really upsetting, and it sounds really almost childish. Like, why would I make myself feel bad? Why would I make myself think things that are going to make me feel bad? But yeah, we do get addicted to things that make us feel bad. We get addicted to feelings and emotions that make us feel sad, because those are the emotions that we are used to thinking of. Those are the emotions that we are used to feeling. And so we conjure up all these scenarios in our minds before we've even made a request. In this case, the expectation that someone's going to say no to you, even before you've even made the request. So part of this is because of your self-image. You in your mind, people don't really say yes to you, especially when it's something that you really want. In your mind, you've created this reality of a person who, when you ask for something, people either say no to you at the beginning, or they have to make you work really. You have to keep asking, like you have to keep asking and asking and asking until you get angry, and that's when they give it to you. Who knows what I'm talking about? You never get something the first time when you ask. You only get it when you ask over and over, and you get angry at the person or you get upset at the person, and then they finally say yes. You've created this reality because you've created or conjured up this image in your mind, and now you are this person who you don't expect people to say yes to you at the first time. And when they do, you are surprised. The reason why you're surprised when you ask for something immediately and they give it and they say yes, the person says it's because it's not a norm for you. You have created this other reality where in your life it's hard for you to just ask for something and you get it the first time. And so when it happens, it's like a surprise to you. You don't expect it. And so that's what's going to make you know that in your reality, you don't expect people to give you things the first time, or you don't even expect it at all. You always expect people to say no to you. You always expect you could have the best idea, you could have the best justification for what you want. You could even the thing that you want could even be benefiting the person you're asking. But in your mind, if you keep visualizing that you're going to say no, then eventually that's what's going to happen, and it's going to keep happening over and over and over and over. And so we have to be aware of the way we think. We have to be aware of our self-image. We have to be aware of. We have to question why we think the way we think. That's the main. That's the main thing about these videos. That's the main thing about changing who you are, changing your self-image. And having said this, I don't want you all to think that it's difficult to change your self-image. It's challenging because you've lived in this reality. You've lived as this kind of person for so long, and changing it means you have to change everything. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you think about things. You have to change your visualization process, the way you visualize things before they actually happen. Everyone does this. Everyone sees scenarios in their mind before they actually happen. Yes, you have to change your visualization process. You have to change the way you see the scene of you asking somebody or some people for something. You have to change the process of how it's going to go. If, for instance, you always keep seeing that when I ask this person or when I ask these people for this, the end result is always they're going to say no, and then you're going to go and then feel bad, and you're going to feel sad, and you're going to feel sorry for yourself, feel like a victim and all that. You have to change your visualization process. You have to change the scene in your mind. You have to now think, okay, they're going to say yes, and how you're going to feel after they say yes. You have to keep doing that over and over and over. And this is why it's difficult for us to change our self-image. It's not impossible. It's absolutely not impossible, because a lot of people have been one way. People even that have been one way for years and years, and suddenly they changed. The way they did it is they changed their self-image. They had different expectations. They thought in a different way. They started doing different things. They changed their behaviors. But it all started with the way they saw themselves. And sometimes it can be challenging. The reason why it can be challenging is because it requires strength. It requires strength. It requires commitment. It requires decisiveness. It requires determination, because you are used to acting and being in a certain way. So now when you say you're going to change, everything in you is going to fight to remain that way, because that's how you've been for so long. So you have to be conscious about how you're thinking and how you're doing. That's how you're going to be able to change it, because we have automatic reactions. We think automatically, especially things that we've been thinking about for so long, we behave automatically, and we have emotions automatically. It's like, when I say this is what happens, and this is how I end up feeling every time. So in order for you to change that, you have to be aware, and that's the work that that is a bit difficult, because you have to be constantly aware of how you are acting, of how you are thinking, and how you are what you're visualizing, and how you're feeling. What kind of feelings are you? And you have to really think about this. Like I said in my previous video, changing your reality means you have to have different expectations of yourself, and you have to see yourself differently. Your current self-image, the way you see yourself currently, you have the same expectations of yourself, you see yourself the same way. When you want to change your reality, in the sense that you want to, let's say, like the example I gave before in the other video is, let's say you've been earning, let's say, 5 figures per month, and now suddenly you want to earn like $1 million or £1 million in 6 weeks, in 6 months. That is a whole change for you, because for someone who's been earning, let's say, 5 figures, or somebody who's been earning 4 figures, the things that you do are different from someone who's earning like $1 million in 6 months will do. You're not going to be doing the same things, and you're not going to have the same expectations if you want it to stay. And you're also not going to be feeling the same way. So everything in your reality has to change. And if you are the type of person who always expects people to say no to you, like I said before, when people say yes to you, it's a surprise to you. It's not a given for you. And that's what you have to change. You have to change it. Change your visualization process in a way that you expect people to say yes to you. And you expect it so much, it's no longer like a surprise to you when people say yes to you. So now when people say no to you, that's now the surprise. And you really have to think about this. If your expectation is that people will always say no to you, when people say yes to you, sometimes you're not even ready for people to say yes to you. We have to be honest. Let's be honest about this. If, for instance, you say have a business, and you want people to buy your stuff, you want people to buy your product, and you expect people to say, you expect some people to say no to you. You don't really expect everyone to say yes to you, because you only have a certain amount of stock. And then let's say you buy maybe some surprise, or buy maybe you doing work or whatever. A lot of people, more than you expected, said yes to you. You don't have the capacity right now at that exact moment to fulfill all those obligations. That's why sometimes the things we say we want, we don't really want them. We think that that's what we're supposed to say. We think we are supposed to want those things because maybe society said you're supposed to want these things, or you see other people wanting them, or maybe due to your childhood, your parents wanted you to be a certain way. So you thought, okay, this is what I'm supposed to want. But you have to think really, really deeply and ask yourself, do I really want this? Because everything that you want comes with a certain responsibility. It comes with a certain way of being. And most of the time, the things that we say we want, we are not really ready to have them. Let's say even going to the bank for a loan. You can go to the, you can say, okay, I want to go to the bank for a loan of, say, £100,000. And then you go to the bank, and the bank manager says, no, you can't get the loan. If you really sit down and think about it, you didn't really want that loan. Most of the time, you didn't really want that loan, because you probably are thinking, how am I going to make the payments? Will I have enough money to pay it back? What if I invest it in my business or my project, and it doesn't bring me the return necessary for me to make the payment? So you're already thinking all those things before you actually ask for the loan. So those thinking patterns are the things that sabotage you. So you're already expecting not to get the loan. You just go because you feel like that's what you have to do. But you don't really expect to get it. And so you go and you don't really get it. That's because you're not ready to get it. There are a lot of women who are also thinking, if I could only have a husband, if I could only have a beautiful, beautiful, handsome man who will take care of me, and we'll live together, happily ever after, and all that. That's fine, but that also comes with certain responsibilities. Are you ready to, let's say this man wants a woman who cooks for him every day. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to be intimate sexually every other day? Are you ready to be the type of woman that man wants? Most women say they want a man who is like he's a 6-figure man, he's a 7-figure man. Are you ready to be the type of woman? Because a 7-figure man or a 6-figure man is most likely looking for a certain type of woman. Do you know what it means to be a woman to that type of a man? And are you ready to be that type of a woman? The same thing with having a business, being an entrepreneur. Most people say, okay, yeah, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working in a job. I want to have my own business. Okay, are you ready to make yourself do the things that you know you don't want to do, but you have to do them because now you're an entrepreneur. You're working for yourself. So nobody's going to force you to do these things. You have to get up and do them, whether you feel like doing them or not. Are you ready to take responsibility for everything from creating your content, creating your product, creating a team, handling a team, being able to get an accountant, do your accounts, do the marketing, and all those responsibilities that come with being an entrepreneur? Are you ready to do that? To be that person? Are you ready to put yourself out there and market your products and not hold back in selling and being really forward and telling people that this is my product, it's brilliant, I've used it, this is what I do, and I'm completely sure that when you use it, or if you even if you try it, just try this sample, it's going to completely change your life. Are you ready to put yourself out there and market your product unashamedly, unabashedly? Are you ready to be that person? Are you ready to even earn the type of money that an entrepreneur earns? If you, as an entrepreneur, you don't have a cap on how much you earn. How much you earn depends on you. It depends on your effort. It depends on how much you put yourself out there. It depends on your product. It depends on your willingness to make sure that everything is synergistic. Everything comes together nicely, and you put it out in front of people. It depends on your engagement with people. It depends on your willingness to solve people's problems, to understand what people's problems are and what kind of solutions they need. Are you ready to receive a return from that? Are you ready to receive that kind of money? That's also another thing that people say they want, but when you look at it, they don't really want it. They feel like that's what they need to say, but that's not really what they want, because they don't want the responsibility that comes with it, or they are not ready to be the person that comes with having those kind of things. And it's the same way with being a person who has someone who expects people to say yes to them. If you are a person who expects people to say no to you, it's because you are comfortable in that. You're comfortable in people saying no to you more times than them saying yes to you. Because you are not really ready for people to say yes to you. You're not ready to take on that responsibility. You're not ready to give back. You're not ready to give back to the people that said yes to you. And so this is what I have for you today. I don't know. I think I went off topic a little bit, but there goes. I think it's all related. So the topic here, it's like, if you expect people to say no to you, just think about it. Think about why is it that I expect people to say no to you? Use your own intuition, your own inner guidance, and ask yourself, why do I expect people to say no to me? Even if I haven't made a request yet, why do I have this scenario? Why do I create scenes in my mind about this person saying no to my request, and I've not even asked them yet? And if you keep asking yourself why, you will hopefully get to the bottom of why. If you are truthful with yourself and you're honest with yourself. And this is also another reason why I'm making these videos for us, because I feel like self-awareness is very, very important. It's very important for us to know why we are the way we are, why we act the way we act. But it's also important for us to take responsibility of how we are. And the way we can take responsibility of how we are is by knowing why we do the things we do. And in order for us to be able to do that, we have to look deep inside ourselves and ask ourselves the hard questions and answer them as truthfully as possible. So I've got an exercise for you. It's just a small exercise. If you love journaling, you would like this. If you love this type of work too, you will love this. It's just a simple thing. If you journal, just write at the top of a fresh page, monitoring my expectations. If it's at the beginning of the day, that's a great thing to do. Yeah, monitoring my expectations. And what you'll be doing, if you don't journal, just you can take a book or you can take a piece of paper and write at the top of the paper, monitoring my expectations. It's good for you to write down these things. I know it's not always ideal for everyone, because I do understand that not everybody likes to write. But in order for you to capture your thoughts and your feelings, you have to put them down. You know, if they're in your head, in your mind, they're just too much. It's just too much. You can't really capture them. And if you cannot capture your thoughts and your emotions, well, your emotions, you don't really need to write them. You know what you feel. But your thoughts, if you don't really capture them, you can't really monitor them. So if you write at the top of the page, monitoring my expectations, what you'll be doing is, for that day, or let's say if you're starting tomorrow, that's fine. You write down what you're thinking. It's just like journaling, but you are monitoring all the expectations you have during that day. Let's say you're going to work and you're getting ready in the morning and you are already thinking, I know I'm going to be late. Ask yourself, why do I expect to be late? And then see if you can answer it. And then also, like the example I gave, if, for instance, you want to ask somebody for help, even at your job, but you already start thinking, I'm sure he's going to say no. Write that down too. Ask yourself, why am I already expecting this person to say no to me? I've not even asked them yet. So yeah, this is just a way to monitor all your expectations during the day. And then you'll become more aware of how you're thinking, how, you know, the expectations you have of other people when you are wanting to ask for help, or you're wanting to ask for information or whatever. And the general understanding is that, you know, in this world, we can't really do everything by ourselves. We have to ask for help. We need other people to help us and support us and push us in whatever we are doing, because yeah, in reality we are social animals and we work together. And so therefore, if you're always expecting people to say no to you, then you're going to have a hard time, because you really can't do everything by yourself. And so therefore it's good for you to be aware of this and try to, you know, minimize this as much as possible, so that you can get the life you want easily and effortlessly, you know, much more effortlessly than you would if you have to do everything by yourself, simply because you have this illusion in your mind that people are going to say no, but you've not even asked them. And people might say yes more times than you expect, if you just allow it, and if you just expect it a bit more. So this is what I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, like I said, in this video, in the other videos, and like I was saying in this video. If you have any suggestions about what kind of videos you would like me to do in this respect, on this topic, please let me know. Also, if you have examples about how your expectation of people saying no to you, how it has impacted your life, feel free to also give us that information. I'm sure it will be helpful to many of us. I know that I have had this for a very long time, and even now, most times when I'm doing it, I have to really stop myself and ask myself, why am I thinking that? Why am I already thinking that they're going to say no before I've even asked? And yeah, it can affect your life negatively if it's not taken care of. And so therefore, it's very important for us to look at this and look at it deeply and try to get rid of it. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. And I will be coming to you with another topic on this series, why your life stays the same no matter what, tomorrow. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, a wonderful evening wherever you are, and bye-bye.